The icy void of space shimmered like a black velvet cloak adorned with countless jewels. The flagship of the Nixarian fleet, a colossal structure resembling a crystal moth, glided silently through the stars. Inside its opulent throne chamber, Queen Nithra reclined upon her crystalline dais, her translucent, bioluminescent wings folded elegantly behind her. Her multifaceted eyes, each one a universe of swirling hues, were fixed on a projection of the distant planet Earth. Nithra, ruler of the Nixarian Empire, was a being of unparalleled grace and cunning. Her empire spanned dozens of star systems, each conquered with precision and power. Yet this blue and green speck of a planet, primitive, chaotic, and woefully unremarkable, had evaded her grasp for centuries. The humans who inhabited it were the source of countless myths among the Nixarians. Some whispered they were warriors of unparalleled ferocity, while others dismissed them as nothing more than fairy tales told to frighten fledgling Nixarians. Nithra, however, was not one to indulge in stories. "My queen," a voice interrupted her thoughts. Nithra's eyes flicked toward the speaker, her most trusted advisor, Virak. His slender frame was adorned with ceremonial armor, and his wings shimmered faintly in the chamber's light. "The reconnaissance unit has returned. They have secured a sample of Earth's defensive capabilities." Nithra gestured for him to proceed. A holographic projection materialized in the center of the chamber, displaying a chaotic scene, humans battling Nixarian drones. The humans fought with an intensity that bordered on madness, their crude weapons unleashing devastating results. One human in particular, clad in scorched armor and wielding a blade that pulsed with energy, charged directly at the drone, his battle cry echoing through the recording. The queen leaned forward, her wings unfurling slightly. "Is this their best?" she asked, her voice a melodious chime that belied her skepticism. "Their tactics are unorthodox, but their resolve is noteworthy," Virak admitted reluctantly. "However, they lack the technological advancements of the Nixarian fleet. Victory will be ours, as always." Nithra dismissed the projection with a wave of her hand. "Prepare the fleet. I will see this planet for myself." The skies above Earth roared as the Nixarian fleet descended, their crystalline ships casting ominous shadows over cities and wilderness alike. Humanity was caught between awe and terror. Across the globe, soldiers scrambled to their posts, scientists worked tirelessly to analyze the invaders, and civilians braced for the unknown. In the heart of the chaos stood Captain Elias Kane, a battle-hardened leader of Earth's resistance forces. His sharp green eyes scanned the horizon as Nixarian drones emerged from the clouds like a swarm of glittering locusts. Beside him, Lieutenant Rachel Carter tightened her grip on her plasma rifle. "They're not wasting any time," Rachel muttered. "Neither are we," Elias replied. "Get the squads into position. They're about to find out what happens when they underestimate us." The first wave of drones descended, their sleek forms emitting an otherworldly hum. The humans responded with a ferocity that took the Nixarians by surprise. Improvised explosives, electromagnetic pulses, and sheer audacity allowed them to hold their ground. Elias led the charge, his energy blades slicing through Nixarian armor like paper. His movements were a blend of precision and desperation, each strike a testament to humanity's refusal to yield. Within her flagship, Nithra observed the battle with growing interest. These humans were unlike any adversary she had faced. Their technology was primitive, yet their ingenuity compensated for it. More importantly, they fought not out of conquest but survival, a primal instinct that resonated with an intensity she found intriguing. "Deploy the elite guard," Nithra commanded. "I want this Captain Kane captured alive." Elias's squad was pinned down in the ruins of a once bustling city. The Nixarian elite guard, towering figures of shimmering crystal and unparalleled skill, advanced with methodical precision. The resistance fighters held their ground, but their numbers were dwindling. "Fall back!" Elias shouted, his voice cutting through the chaos. He covered their retreat, his blade clashing against the crystalline spears of the Nixarian guards. Despite his skill, he was overwhelmed, disarmed, and subdued. As he was dragged toward an Nexarian transport, he caught a glimpse of Rachel's defiant face as she led the remaining fighters to safety. Elias awoke in a chamber of ethereal beauty. The walls pulsed with a soft light, and the air was thick with a floral scent. Before him stood Nithra, her presence both mesmerizing and intimidating. "So, you are the human who has become a thorn in my side," she said, her voice a mixture of curiosity and amusement. "And you must be the queen who's bitten off more than she can chew," Elias retorted. Nithra tilted her head, a faint smile playing on her lips. "Your bravado is impressive, if misplaced. Tell me, Captain, what drives your kind to fight so fiercely? You cannot hope to defeat us." Elias met her gaze without flinching. "You wouldn't understand. You fight for power. We fight for each other. For our families, our freedom. That's something you can't conquer." Nithra's smile faded. She had expected defiance, but the conviction in his words struck a chord. For the first time in her reign, she felt a flicker of doubt. Were these humans more than the myths and fairy tales her people dismissed? As the days turned into weeks, Nithra found herself drawn to Elias's stories of humanity. He spoke of their resilience, their creativity, and their capacity for both destruction and compassion. Against her better judgment, she began to see the humans not as mere obstacles but as a species of unparalleled potential. Meanwhile, the resistance prepared for a final stand. Rachel, now acting leader, orchestrated a daring plan to rescue Elias and deliver a decisive blow to the Nexarian fleet. The humans' unyielding spirit spread like wildfire, uniting factions that had once been at odds. When the rescue mission reached Nithra's flagship, chaos erupted. Battles raged within the ship's corridors, human determination clashing against Nexarian superiority. In the midst of the chaos, Nithra faced a choice: crush these humans as she had countless enemies before, or something else. She found Elias in the heart of the battle, his determination shining brighter than ever. In that moment, Nithra saw not an adversary but an equal. With a gesture, she ordered her forces to stand down. "This is not surrender," she announced, her voice echoing through the flagship. "This is recognition. Perhaps the myths were true. Perhaps there is more to humanity than meets the eye." Together, Nithra and Elias brokered an uneasy truce, paving the way for an alliance that would change the course of history. The queen who once dismissed humans as fairy tales now saw them as a force to be reckoned with, not just in battle, but in shaping the future of the galaxy.